No, I don't think you should keep using anymore those tabs in Excel, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, because you don't even know what sheet 3 refers to. Instead, we can create customizable sheets with names, numbers, icons, colors. It's way better to know the content that we have within each tab. And on top of that, instead of navigate through all the bottom of Excel to try to find out a sheet, we can create a navigation menu. Because let's say you want to go to charts. You just click on it and that's it. You are on the charts tab. Very, very simple. So let's learn step by step how to properly organize, format, and customize those tabs in Excel. The first thing that we can start with is renaming the sheets. Because right now I have just the traditional names, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, and they are not very descriptive. I don't know what sheet 3 refers to. Of course, I need to open the sheet 3 and then I'm going to realize, okay, I have some charts. But I think it's better to just label those sheets properly. So before we open the sheet, we know exactly what's going on inside the sheet. As the first sheet, I have my data set, my table, my data. So what I can do is I can right click on the first sheet, go to rename option, and here I can give it a name, a descriptive name, a meaningful name. This is something very important. And in this case, I'm going to call it, let's say, database, and then enter. As the second sheet, a very descriptive name can be summary, right click, rename, or analysis, or it also can be pivot tables, right? However, in this case, I'm going to keep with summary. Enter. Let's go to the third one, rename. Here I have some charts, so let's call it charts. And as the fourth sheet, I don't have actually anything yet, but I'm planning to do some calculations right here. So I'm going to label this sheet as calculations and then enter. Now we have very descriptive names. I don't need to open the sheet to discover what is inside each one of the sheets. I already know the content just by the name itself. The second step is to add some colors to the tabs, because I think adding colors can help make the spreadsheet more intuitive. Let's say you just take a look on the tabs and you know exactly what's going on, not just by the name, but by the color itself. So color, don't use colors randomly, just use colors with purpose. Let's say as the database, because I'm already using blue as the table design, I can match the same color. So go to the database, the first sheet that I have, right click, go to tab color. And in this case, I want to use a light blue. For the summary, I could use a different color because there's nothing to do with the database. However, I think summary is more related to charts. So both can be the same color or the same color, but with different shades. Let's say summary, right click, tab, can be a very light orange, and charts can be a darker orange, like this. Those are the same colors, but with different shades. One is lighter, another is darker. So it's easier to identify and it's more intuitive. I know that, okay, because they are same colors, maybe that they are representing the related informations. And of course they are. Summary is where I have some analysis and in form of tables. And charts, again, I also have analysis as well, but this time with charts. So yeah, they are correlated. In calculations, I don't have anything yet. However, I'm planning to add some formulas, functions, some math stuff. So right click in this sheet, and I think a red color is a very interesting color to go. Because I don't have any red color in this palette of Excel, I can go to more colors to escape the traditional ones that Excel give to me. And this time I want to use a red one. However, as the standard color palette, I don't think there is any interesting reds right here. So I can go to custom and create my own red color. Let me bring it down a bit to make the red stand out more, and then okay. And yeah, now I have database, summary, charts, and also calculations. Each one of different colors or with the same color, but with different shades if they are related, such as summary and charts. Now my favorite part of the video, icons, emojis, symbols. We can add those into the sheets. However, be mindful because it's very limited. We cannot add images, for example. However, we can use icons. And how you can get some icons? You can go to Google and just search for icons to copy and paste. That's it. And then you can open any website that you prefer, that you like the most, and just copy a icon to use. And again, we need to be very intelligent about the selection of those icons because let's say I want to use a key icon like this one right here. I don't think it's make sense. I don't think it's match with the sheets that I have because I need to match the image that I'm seeing with the purpose, with the meaning of my own sheet, let's say. In this case, I think one icon that stands out the most here is the chart icon because I can use this chart icon to the chart dataset, right? To the chart tab. So let me click on this icon to copy. Let me go back to Excel. Let me go to charts, right click, rename. And in the beginning of the label, I can press Ctrl V to paste the icon. That's it. And I also can give a extra space to separate the icon from the text and then enter. And that's it. Now, instead of only have the name as the chart, I also have the chart icon. And it's a very good idea because we first see images, icons. We can recognize patterns. So a icon, a emoji can be a very interesting feature to use into tabs in Excel. Another big improvement we can do here is the creation of a navigation menu. Instead of click in each one of those sheets to try to find what you need or to scroll through the entire bottom of Excel to try to find the sheet you are looking for, we can create a navigation menu with buttons or with hyperlinks. You just click on the information you want, on the sheet you want to go, and Excel directly go there for you. So jumps you directly there. Let me add here a new sheet. Click on the plus sign to add a new sheet. Excel is going to randomly create a sheet for you with a random name and place anywhere in between the other sheets. And to just properly organize the order, I can click on the sheet, click, hold, and drag to the left because the menu, in my opinion, is the best sheet, is the first sheet you can have. And of course, maybe it's also the best as well. Right click on this first sheet, go to rename, and I want to call it simply menu. And of course, we can add a icon to the menu, we can add a color and etc. For this case, I want to add a color that is green. I think it's a very interesting one. And then later, maybe I can take from a website, a house icon. I think a house icon matches perfectly with the menu. What we can do here in the menu, there's many different ways to create a navigation menu. The one that I think it's most, is the fastest way is just go to the bottom of Excel into the tabs, right click on the first one, go to rename and copy everything. Right click or Control C to copy everything, go back to the menu, click on the first cell, Control V. Okay, this allows us to copy the whole content of the cell. We can do the same process to all the sheet we have. Control C, Control V, copy and paste, all the tabs. Okay, and calculations as well. Go here and okay. Now, how can we apply the link in such a fashion to automatically when we click in summary, for example, Excel jumps in straight to summary sheet. In order to do that, we can go to the menu and we can add some links, insert links to those texts. So let's say database, right click on this first cell, go to link. Excel is going to open up this dialog box that is called insert hyperlink. And the first text is the database. So I want to connect with the database sheet. So select it, go to OK, and then we can do the same process to all the other texts that we have. Summary to the summary, and charts, I can link with charts, and calculations, right click, I can link with calculations. And let's test it out. If I click on charts, automatically I'm jumping into charts. So I don't need to use anymore the tabs into the bottom of Excel. I can just go straight to the menu and that's it, very simple. And we can also match the colors. So database is blue. I can also color it as blue. So let me go here, pick a blue color as the summary. We can use light orange chart, darker orange calculations, a red color. And I can also select this entire list, go to the home tab menu, increase quite a bit the font size to make it easier to see everything. Okay, I think it's large enough to properly see. And I can also click, hold, and drag in between one column and another to increase the width of the column. So now we have all the menus that we need. And if you prefer, you can also change the font color, because right now we have this bluish layout, but every time you click on a link, let's say calculations, right now it's blue, but if I click on calculations and go back to the menu, now it's purple. To get rid of this automatically highlight, we can click, hold, and drag and select everything, go to the home tab and change the font color to maybe black. And let me get rid of this third row, right click, delete, and yeah, that's it. Now I have my navigation menu, and you can also get rid of the grid lines. There are those lines that separate columns and rows of Excel. Go to the View tab and uncheck the option grid lines. That's it. Summary, it's working. Charts is working as well. Calculations and database. That's it, guys. This is how we can properly create a more modern, tidy tabs in Excel with names, colors, icons, and properly organized in such a way to help you navigate faster throughout the spreadsheet. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or any suggestions to the next videos, let me know, comment down below, and I see you in the next one.